Yes, sir, we're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the Marvel Legends Lizard Build-A-Figure Wave Spider-Punk figure review. Let's do it.
This ain't for no scalper. You a scalper? Then fuck out shit. This one's for them real collectors. That's army building and posing figures. Marvel Legends, imports, mini matey, I'm fucking with them. Hype beast, we know about you. Stay buying figs, don't know about it.
Alright, taking a look at Hobart Hobby Brown, aka Spider-Punk, out of the package. And this is definitely one of the standout single figures from the wave. I like this figure a lot. I think he came out nice. I like some of the things that they did here. And it's pretty much what you would expect if you got any of the other Spider-Man figures on the Pizza Spider Buck. But you know, this guy has a little flavor to him. And this is like deja vu because I said Hobart Hobby Brown in the previous review of Prowler, but that is his real name in the Spider-Verse. So this is another character from the Spider-Verse, and he is from like Earth 138, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that's correct. Bear with me because like I said previously, I did not read the Spider-Verse event. I'm going to go back and read it after all of this, and being as though I want to get some Spider-Verse displays going, I'm going to go ahead and read the event over this next couple of days. But yeah, so from his universe, Norman Osborn is the president, and he is pretty much like a freedom fighter, I guess you could say, that is kind of rising up and going against Norman Osborn. And it should be noted that this fella, Hobart Hobby Brown, and this incarnation of the character is black as well. So we got two black characters in this wave. Somebody had sent me a message on Instagram or commented on Instagram and wanted me to swap on the head from the Miles Morales Spider-Man. I guess I'll do that towards the end of the review. I'm saying it out loud so I can remember. But yeah, let's look at his accessories. So out of the package, he comes with this left hand, which is fixed in a position for him to hold another one of his accessories, which is his guitar, which I'll get into shortly. And then he's got this right hand, which is fixed, and it's got a little guitar pick in his hand. And so that's cool. You could kind of simulate him playing his guitar. Like I said, I'll get into that shortly. But let me show you the other two hands he has. And then he's got a left whipping hand and a right fist. And let me check and see if you can swap on other hands from one of the other Spider-Men that we got, Pizza Spotty or what have you. Let's check. Alright, so Hasbro's been messing around with a couple of different pegs for their Spider-Man figures. This one on the left is from the Pizza Spotty, and you can see that sort of has like a double ridge. And this one here is from the SDCC Spider-Man that's back there on the floor. That came in a Raft box set, and you can see that one doesn't really have any ridges. So the one from the SDCC Spider-Man actually fits and looks pretty decent. So you can see that. And let me pull the camera back a little bit. So yeah, that's an option, and that way you can actually give him two fists. This is the fist that actually came with Spider-Punk. So those look pretty decent. You could finesse it. The colors are almost identical. I think they might match up perfectly. I'm not sure. Let me try to find my vintage Spider-Man and see how that works. I'm an idiot. I actually don't have the vintage Spider-Man. I forgot that I had borrowed my man Ed's vintage Spider-Man when I did that review. But the Spider-Man from the Mary Jane and Spider-Man 2-pack here, that hand will actually fit on Spider-Punk, so that works. And you know what? The colors from the SDCC Spider-Man, as far as the fist, they don't match up perfectly, but you know, it'll work. I think the colors from this Spider-Man from the Mary Jane and Spider-Man 2-pack match up a little better, but you could kind of finesse it and finagle it with any of these that pop on. I mean, really, nobody's going to be scrutinizing it like that, but so you do have some more options for switching out the hands. So back on track, talking about his accessories. So obviously this jacket is removable. He's got the sleeveless sort of punk rocker vest. And you can see on the back of here it says SFMN. I'm not even sure what that stands for. Let me know in the comments what that's supposed to be. But there's a little spider logo, spider symbol on the back there. And then his final accessory is this guitar, which obviously they had to include, but I think they kind of dropped the ball a little bit on the guitar. It's not really much going on here. This looks like resin, although it's not, and you can see that the plastic is a little soft and a little pliable, but there's not really much paint detail on here. I saw somebody comment, I guess I think on Instagram, and they said maybe they left this plain so that way we could paint it and put our own designs and stuff on it. And yeah, I guess maybe that's kind of cool, but yeah, there's really no paint detailing on here at all, so you would definitely have to paint this yourself. But yeah, the strap here is a soft pliable plastic, and you know, this is cool. And there's a look at that, and like I said, because this hand is fixed and specifically for him to hold the guitar, you can do that and it looks authentic. And even with him putting the pick next to the strings, now trying to get this strap to sit flush with his shoulder is a little bit of a challenge, but I guess with a little hot water, cold water, you'll be able to fix that. But this was a much needed accessory. I mean, if they left this out, that would have been so stupid. And everything here looks good, man. I like that they included this. It makes perfect sense and it looks good. And then just going over some of the details on his deco with the vest, with the emblem, and this definitely looks like a jean jacket. The way they did this, the texturing and everything here is very nice. You can even actually kind of feel that the texture is different and supposed to kind of represent denim. And he's got a couple of little red and white dots here, some extra spikes here, and the spikes on his head look good, and they are definitely hard to the touch, not really sharp, but they are not soft or anything like that, so they're not going to get bent out of shape. One of my gripes is that, you know, this left arm is not really going completely to the side, but we've seen that with a lot of the Pizza Spider-Man bucks. You know what? I'm not sure if this is Pizza Spider-Man or if it's the Superior Spider-Man. Let me check that real quick. Yeah, it's definitely Pizza Spider-Man. You can see by how the butt is cut and how it's shaped there. But yeah, this costume design is really cool, all the way down to the sneakers. These look dope. The only thing about the kicks is you're not going to really be able to swap these on to another figure unless you like really nice with it and really know how to do things as far as customizing goes, because it's not like the sneaker is all part of the shin and it's all one piece. You know, in a lot of the Hasbro figures, especially on the males, they'll rotate at the upper boot or at the shin, and that's not what you have here. It's, you know, it's below the shin, pretty much right above the ankle where this rotates. But you know, I don't know, maybe somebody can work something out, but the sneakers look dope. Everything on this guy looks pretty dope. Not too many issues with paint imperfections or any quality control issues that I've seen so far. Like I said, Pizza Spidey Buck, you guys should all know what the articulation is like, but I'll go over it quickly. Head's gonna look down that far. It'll look up that far. Shoulders are on a ball joint as well as a butterfly joint, so they'll go back and forth. You'll get him in pretty far. You could pretty much get his arms in a folded position and they'll look authentic. And they'll do a full 360, upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, a swivel and a hinge on the wrist, rotation at the waist. You get a decent ab crunch going forward and back. It's not really hindered by the jacket either as far as going back. T-joint at the pelvis, legs are going to come up far. Split's going to look like that. Upper thigh swivel, you get a double jointed knee, rotation here right above the sneaker, and you get a hinge and a pivot on the foot. So you're definitely going to get them into all of the great Spider-Man-esque dynamic poses and get them swinging and jumping and running and doing all of that good stuff. And this figure is nice, man. I keep saying that, but I do. This is one of my favorites from the wave, no question. And just a couple quick size comparisons. You can see him next to his wave mates. You have Spider-Woman on the left and Prowler on the right. And a couple of more wave mates, Spider-Man Noir on the left and Mysterio on the right. And I pretty much expected this, but the Unmasked Miles Morales head is definitely not going to work. It's too small. Even if you could pop it onto that peg, it wouldn't look right. It's way too tiny. So I was actually sitting here looking for any black character that I may have that has a little TWA, a little teeny weeny afro, but I couldn't find anything. I was trying to find the Mordo figure from the Dormammu Build-A-Figure wave, but I couldn't even find him. I'm sure somebody will put something together and put some type of unmasked head for Spider-Punk here together. Some customizer will do something. But this is definitely one of the stars of the wave and one I would highly recommend. And you're going to need him if you want to complete the Lizard Build-A-Figure. Shout out to my man Punka Mike, just because I know that he's going to love this figure. And yeah, As always, rate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.